Hello, and welcome back. Appreciate you visiting my little channel here. I really do. And I'd like to show some appreciation to someone who sent me a comment the day before yesterday, actually. I apologize. I should have gotten back to you yesterday, but the day before yesterday. And first and foremost, thank you for taking the time to send me a comment, to interact, to tell me how you feel. I think we are on the same page, you and I. And for the rest of you, let me read the comment here. It's from @DashyCat. And DashyCat wrote me. This is about a short I made, and it was basically saying that those shadow figures, DashyCat wants me to use the word figure. I had called them shadow creatures, but it was about those shadow beings, if you will, that people see in their homes and are harassed by, sometimes actually even physically harmed by. That's what I'm talking about, DashyCat. Well, let me just read it. So DashyCat wrote, shadow creatures or spirits? Question mark. Spirits are people also. Shadow figures might be better and more respectful than creatures. Always be respectful to spirits. Now, again, I absolutely agree with you and want everyone to know that I believe in spirits 100%. So, absolutely respect that they are intelligent in some way. Now, I'm picturing spirits as ghosts of former human beings, but there are many other types of spirits. You could go with genies or jinn. Um, you know, the list goes on and on. So I think it's just good practice to be respectful, dare I say, polite to anyone, even if they don't have a physical body. Now, I think that, well, I don't just think, I have seen people now communicating with spirits. And I believe that it is not only possible, it could be, in the future, it actually could be commonplace. We are on the cusp right now, I think, of opening up all of those doors, which have been closed to us since way before my time, and I'm a kid from the 70s and 80s. So, getting back to the comment, shadow creatures or spirits? I wrote the word creatures to be general, to be just things, not cryptids, because I would have used cryptid. And spirit, I think of as completely, let me use the word correctly here, ethereal. I was saying ethereal, my goodness. Ethereal, meaning heavenly, or, that's more what we're thinking of a ghost. But an angel could be a spirit. I think angels could also be in physical form. I don't pretend to know what the shadow figures are, or if I've never seen an angel. I'm not saying I have. I have seen some things that make me a true believer, and I will make a video about that to explain to anybody who's kind enough to watch this channel why I chose to really get on camera and start talking about this stuff. Because this stuff still has that pseudoscience. I mean, we use the term paranormal, so it's on the side of normal. It's over here. It's not quite normal. But if it is a part of the fabric of the world around us, I would think that we'd want to know about it. That's my whole point. I want to know what I don't know. I'm looking around. I want to know what I don't know now. And we seem to be, it's a good time to be talking this talk because there are enough qualified researchers, meaning scientists and doctors, who are giving the idea some actual thought. I mean, what's his name? The gentleman that's over at Skinwalker Ranch, which is what I was talking about. Travis. Dr. Travis, and we'll come up with it. Dr. Travis Taylor, I believe his name is. He's over there putting his career on the line for a television show. Now, I worked in TV for 15 years. The only reason I say that is because I'm well aware that certain things that are shown on TV as real could be completely made up. I worked in it. I know it very well. I'm aware of this, meaning I'm not just watching TV shows and regurgitating what I've seen on the boob tube. But these people, have, shall I say, prestigious careers that they're not just going to throw away for 15 minutes of fame. There's no way. So I listened to them. So Dr. Travis Taylor is over there on Skinwalker Ranch. And he's not the one, I don't think, that explained this vortex situation. It was another researcher that was working with him. So it's not just hearsay. Bear with me. So we hear about the vortex opening up and what comes out of it, but these they use the word shadow. They're bipedal, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head, but no face. There's no facial features at all. I don't know what to call that. But they say this thing lands on the ground after crawling out of this wall of light in the middle of the air, above the ground, but not too high up. This is daytime, this is happening. So for them, I mean, this thing must have been bright and very obvious. These figures fall out of it. I want to be, respectful here. It's not sarcasm. You're right. They certainly are shadow figures. They fall out, they hit the ground, they take a quick look around, and then they bolt to the tree line to assumedly hide or, maybe just get into society. Like, I don't know. Do they have a plan before they come through? I don't know what's on the other side of that vortex. And if any of you do, I would love to hear. I mean, even your thoughts, I was going to say your concepts, even what you imagine to be over there, because I don't think anybody knows yet. I want to say, but there's probably somebody who knows. But I'm not sure about through the vortex. There's a lot of stuff that we, as the general public, are not privy to. That's more why I want this type of conversation going on. I want to let people know that I want any story you have or any interaction you had that is of this realm. I'd love to hear about it because I believe you. I believe you 100%. And you can't talk about this stuff with everybody because there are definitely 2 different camps. There are the believers and the non-believers. I took a photo of what I believe I caught was a child, the ghost, the face of a ghost child. It's weird to even say, but at this very well-known haunted house. And I know it could have been faked. It could be a hologram. It could be a sticker on the window. But again, I've been a cameraman. I don't think it was any of those things. I think I actually caught something. And I didn't even know it that day. I'm another one of these people that got home and was looking through the photos and was totally taken aback. I was like, I would have seen that at the site. But now it's clear as day in the photograph. And I do have that photo. And I have put it up. I think it is on my channel. It's the SK Haunted Mansion. S as in she, K as in kitchen. Haunted Mansion. It's in Massachusetts. Very easy to look up. Just SK. And I showed that photo. I sent it in a text to a friend of mine who I absolutely trust. This guy was a bouncer with me for a while, and I know, I know he's solid. And he immediately texted me back and said, "Oh, isn't it funny how the rain that's on the window makes it look like there's a face there? It was a drizzly day. It was overcast. So, I get where he's coming from. But if you saw this photo, it looks like the Gerber baby. You know, the Gerber baby on the baby food jar? And it has this very circular aura. So the face is here, and the aura is like this big. And if you look, it's the face of a baby, not the body. And it's between, this is an old house with that chiffon. Is it chiffon? The doily stuff on the windows, whatever that's called, the white with the holes through it. The face is between the glass and that, because you can see that that's behind it. So that's why I'm saying, all right, maybe it's a very well done sticker or something, but I would have noticed it taking the photo. I would have looked up and said, "Oh, wow, what's that?" Point being, he's a non-believer. He just came up with the first thing that made sense to him and said, "Oh yeah, I know it's got to be this." So there are non-believers, and I respect you guys. And then there are believers. I'm looking for the believers here. If you're a non-believer, stick around. Wonderful. And by all means, debunk or whatever, anything that you see on this channel. I will hopefully have evidence to show why I think it's real, whatever it is. So yeah, these shadow figures ran up into the tree line to never be heard or seen of again until you hear about people complaining about having shadow figures running around their homes. And this is not a few people. This is a ton of people. The more that gets out, the more that the general public hears this stuff, the more stories you're going to hear. And that's what's going on right now. And I hope to not be too late here with my channel, because I want to gather all of the information I can gather so I know what's going on around me. These figures have been people have woken up to these figures standing at the end of their beds staring at them. They've woken up to these figures standing next to them, next to their bed, staring at them. They have also woken up to these figures kneeling across their chest, choking them to death. They have also seen these figures, and then scratches have come up on them. A lot of the time, those 3-fingered scratches coincide with the sighting of shadow figures in the home or even in the business. That's just even worse. You got to go to work and you're being harassed by these things. That's what I'm talking about when I brought up these, I said shadow creatures, shadow figures. If you have things in your home that are attacking you while you sleep, I think that's a problem. If these were benevolent I still would have posted what I posted, but maybe written something like try to make friends with them, you know, just try to communicate better. I don't know that communication is going to help with these things. And I don't know what their real interest in us is at all. I mean, are they just here to put fear into us? I mean, that's an idea that we all knock around, that we humans are actually here to be put through anguish so that spirits or gods or some other species can feed off of our fear and our anger. That's why I said anguish. All of our negative, they feed off of negativity, which even saying it sounds outlandish, but why not? I don't know. I'm a human. I eat food. I don't know what a shadow figure or a shadow creature or person eats, right? I'm not trying to go too far with this, but having something stare at you while you're sleeping is upsetting enough. Aside from, or not aside from, but forget about being physically attacked. So that's all I meant by that. At Dashy Cat, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you took the time to comment. Period. Anybody out there, I would love your comments. I'm very new at this. I would love your input. I would love anything. I don't care. You know, correct me because I'm going to be making mistakes left and right. Please let me know your stories. Let me know if you'd like me to talk about them here, or if you just want to, you know, tell me in private. That's fine. I guess it wouldn't be private. It would be in the comments, but let me know if you want me to give you my input on it on camera. And that's what I'm looking for. I mean, the content is all out there. And the thing is, all of it has to do with each other. It's a terrible way to say that, but paranormal and multidimensional and what we're calling alien all intertwine. And I'll go one step further with the alien thing. I think there should be a separation of, okay, they very much might be aliens, or they very much might be survivors from eons ago. And those of you who already know all of this stuff know what I mean by that. Could be the survivors of Atlantis or any other. Supposedly we're in the 5th iteration of the world. It's 5. And we're on the cusp of getting into the 6th. And I think for some reason it's all coming to light right now. And I think we all need to be a little bit more aware of what is going on in the world around us. Fair enough? So again, at Dashy Cat, thank you so much for your comment. Please keep them coming. For the rest of you guys, I really appreciate you being here. I mean that with everything I've got. Throw the comments my way. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll talk to you soon.